Hi there, folks. Larry Seitz again. March 18th, I'm running for City Council here in Lowry City, Missouri. It's also called Alderperson. It's coming up on April 4, so I ask for your support and your vote. And today I'm going to talk on a couple things. A little bit about me. And last night I had one, it was called Practice for the City Council meeting. And I hadn't really thought about it, but somebody told me today that you can't do politicking at the city council meetings. So I've been to the city council meetings several times before, raised issues that I thought need to be looked into, and made suggestions about how to go about doing them. And I'm going to continue to do that this coming Tuesday. Um, Specifically relating to the lack of police officer and things associated with that, because there's no police officer, there's no traffic cops. The people tend to speed on, I believe it's Third Street, Third Street from downtown to the highway. They speed coming and going, getting to and from the highway. And there is one main stop sign at the bank. And I've been told by neighbors that the people speed both ways, east and west, and run the stop sign occasionally, going north and south. So, in my opinion, that's a safety hazard. And I think that once the responsible city parties are made aware of that and they fail to address it, they might be personally responsible for that. So, that may be something that I'll bring up at the meeting. I don't know. But anyway, I want to talk a little bit about myself and my background. I think this part is, politicking, so it's not a practice for the city council. But myself, as a child of children of the Great Depression, I learned to make do with what we had, even though we didn't have what we wanted. And we learned how to make do with that. And even when we did have more than enough, had things that we wanted, we still were conservative with our resources, always keeping something in reserve for hard times. And I've never set aside that preparedness mindset. I've also been a bookworm, and when I was a child, and later when I grew into adulthood and started in the workplace, I was basically learned through experience in computers. My first job, very first computer job, was at IBM data center in Kansas City, and they needed somebody to run their computers. They were showing them to customers and stuff like that. The big mainframes were starting to sell pretty good there. So I learned, somebody taught me how to do it. It's simple, and basically monkey see, monkey do. But people would teach me some stuff about programming and how the operating system worked, and on breaks and stuff like that. And I learned. And then they sold a computer to rival manufacturing company, and so they knew that they were going to be needing somebody to operate it. So I guess that's part of the deal. They'd suggest somebody to run the thing, and I knew how to run it, so I got the job. One job. I mean, it was a 24-hour job, so it was just one shift that I did. And this is not the best corner to be sitting in, but it's the best place I got to do it. So anyway, I learned on the job how to run the computer, and then they promoted me to programming. I had very small programming experience in college, and I learned COBOL, Common Business Oriented Language. Uh, Basically on the job. They showed me how to do some books and stuff and kind of help me out. And the first major job I had was to convert their accounts receivable system from an old, I don't know what it was, assembler language or something, I guess, uh, convert the files as input to a new system that they bought from, I forget the name of it, but it was a subsidiary of Dun and Bradstreet. In fact, I got my picture in the Dun and Bradstreet magazine back in the 70s, I guess it was. Anyway, so I've learned how to analyze things as a computer analyst and manager. And now I'm involved with the science of systems, and from the person who invented email and uh, taught this course at MIT, I think it was. Uh, Kind of hesitant to talk too much about him because he's an immigrant, and there is some racism around here. Uh, they're primarily dark-skinned people, and I think that's kind of a problem in the South or close to the South. But it's more just a historical thing that they don't know any better, in my opinion. But anyway, uh, I'm learning how to uh, identify real problems, come up with bottoms up solutions through local people involvement, not top down government cookie cutter, ready made, one size fits all fixes that don't get to the heart of the problem. So I'm up to 6 minutes. So I guess I'm just going to end with this. And maybe tomorrow night I'll talk about what I'm going to talk about at the city council as a citizen, as far as things that I think we need to do or ways to do it. And so hopefully they won't cut me off. We'll see. Till tomorrow. Again, thanks for your support. Don't forget to vote on April 4th. Bye now.